Good morning. Here we are. It's exactly 9:30 on Thursday, June 11th. I'm live. Now you might still be arriving, getting ready, or maybe you'll join me later via the published video. Whatever you do, just so long as you do it. And I'm challenging you, challenge, I don't know if people like the word challenge, but inviting you, encouraging you to do something every day. Okay, I know that life can get in the way. But sometimes there are things that we maybe put as a top priority. Okay, and your health and well-being should definitely be. I'm going to go over this way so the sun should be at the top of your list. And we've talked, or at least I've talked, and I know you've thought about a lot the current situation, this shelter in place, staying home, the mask, the social distancing. It's also new, and it's a little disconcerting to see friends and you can't hug them, you can't get close. So there's a lot of air hugs, air kisses, and so forth. But on the flip side, some of it has brought us close. We're in touch. We can do videos. We can do more phone calls, even talk to people more. And things are starting to open up slowly, but we need to continue, I feel personally, to be very mindful and vigilant. Okay, so also this week where I am in Santa Barbara, it's been hot. You know, I'm not a hot weather girl at all. I know some of you love it, but I'm not one of them. And we don't have air conditioning where I live, and we don't have ceiling fans. So I wanted to just share a few things that I do to help stay sane and cool. And this is one. You read this? It's rose water. It's rose water. I love this stuff. It's in a spray. I love the smell of rose or verbena or lavender, but rose water, and it's rose petals. It's by a heritage store. Get really good stuff. Don't get cheap junk. Okay, it's not that expensive, and it lasts forever. And I put some in a little tiny atomizer bottle in my car. So if I finish my walk or I'm doing something, I'm getting hot, I just spritz it. It's very refreshing. Okay, and I keep it by my bed at night. Something else that I learned from an esthetician, is aloe gel. This is just CVS. It says after sun, but it doesn't matter. What's really great, if it's hot, put it in the fridge. And then you take it out and you can just put it on your body and then put your lotion on, and it's terrific. So aloe vera gel and rose water. When all else fails, I use a fan. When I go to Italy, wherever I go for like €2, I get a fan, and I take one with me everywhere, and it comes in very handy. Even if it's not hot, it can get very hot in certain places. So your own little fan, okay? And I'm a fan of yours. So what are we going to do today? We're going to focus a little on the hips. Yeah, a little more on the hips, because as I've said, if you focus on the hips, it gets to the shoulders, the low back, of course, and everything else. So here's what we're going to do today. Oh, and there's Kitty going to demonstrate. This is the kitty that came to stay. His name is Mr. Miyagi, but I call him Casanova because he's such a lover. Okay, so you're going to lie down. And I'd like you to stretch your legs out over the bolster. If you have a bolster. Now, we've talked about this. And yes, a bolster is an investment. It's such a good investment. If you don't have a bolster, blankets, towels, whatever, but I want it to be a pretty high elevation. Okay, you can even put a blanket on top of a bolster, and that's really nice. So we're going to get there. I'm going to show you, and you're going to need a strap today, and you're going to need a block later on. Okay, so a strap. We're going to do some hip openers, reclining. Okay, and of course we'll do cat dog. Okay, so he just woke up from one of his several naps, and it's even hot for kitties. Okay, so let's go lie down, and remember, do what you can do. Always do what you can do, just so long as you do. you know? And we'll get started. I'm going to open a window for him, and you go and lie down, and we'll get back in a moment. Okay, here you go. Okay, so here we go. Can you see me? Yes, you can. So start by draping your legs over your support. Now I've even, as I mentioned, I've even put a blanket on top of the bolster. I really want a nice high support. Your knees are about right on top so your feet can drop over the edge. If you're a little shorter, your feet might be up in the air. That's okay. If you're taller, they'll drop down to the floor. It doesn't matter. And you want your pelvis to be nice and relaxed. And when you lie back, exhale, go slow. Okay? You don't want to tweak your back just getting into a comfortable pose. And when you lie back, if you have another blanket, remember it's just enough under the neck to support the curve. So all my curves are supported. Okay? Our alignment has those natural curves of the spine. We're not stick straight. We just aren't. Okay? So even a tree has gentle little curves, and it's very pliable. So when the wind blows, it doesn't go, if it's too flat, it will get knocked over. So you need the concave and the convex to move gently and respond. Okay? So I'm going to lengthen my spine, kind of stretch out my legs, and just feel that alignment. Okay? You always come from the midline and out, okay? Or from what's on the, and also what's on the earth and up. So I'm going to let my arms stretch out a little bit here. I have my strap. Have your strap within reach. Sorry, I didn't mention that sooner, but you should have that somewhere within reach. And then let your arms just relax at the side. Stretch out. Palms up. Turn the palms up. Soften the palms. Take a few nice deep in and out breaths. And let yourself just sink into the rhythm of your own life force. So feel that gentle heaviness. Okay, just feel like, I can relax. I can let go. You're supported. You're supported by the earth and gravity and gravity. It's wonderful. All right. Now I'm going to back up a little because we're going to do some hips opening. But you go ahead and relax for a few minutes. And I'll cue you, okay? If you're just arriving, we are lying down with a blanket and or bolster under our legs. And we're going to use, a reminder, a strap and later on a block, okay? So get whatever you have, hopefully both, and take a few minutes. Also, you know, everyone responds differently to the heat and so forth. It's also been very dry, okay, very dry. So my sinuses respond, my breathing, and then I don't sleep as well. So our patterns are interrupted by our environment, internal and external. We need to pay attention to that, okay, and honor that, okay? So I know for me, if I get, when it's really hot, my energy is, okay, I have to slow down, okay? So honor your constitution. And if you're familiar with Ayurveda, you know there's 3 major constitutions. And we all respond to the seasons, and we respond differently. Oh, it feels so good. So my legs are stretched out. I can really get deep into the breath. It feels wonderful just to be still, okay? Just to be still and find your way into this place for the next hour and a half. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet for about a minute. I know this is hard for me, but I'm going to be quiet for about a minute. What are you doing? That's actually more than a minute. Did some of you start to go to sleep? That's okay. Sometimes this is a nice way to rest or just take a little rest and nap if you need one. Okay, so now when you're ready, okay, we're just going to bend the knees. And I'm just going to, kind of wake myself up gently. I'm going to keep the bolster, but I'm going to remove the blanket on top. Okay, so it's not quite as high. And I'm just going to stretch out my left leg, gently bringing my right knee. It's warm, so even now it's already warm here. So I'm slower when it's hot. Okay, that's how I respond. So you can find your rhythm. Okay, find your own rhythm. Ah, feels so good. About 5 breaths, okay, or your minute. And alternate on your own. And just do the same on either side. Breathe as you move. So as we contract, we almost naturally exhale. And let's do that. Exhale as you bring the knee in. You can hold any part of the leg, okay? But I would prefer that you not let your shoulders come up. Keep them relaxed. Deep breaths. Okay, you're probably in the rhythm of your own breath. You've all been practicing long enough. Focus on your exhales. Do 5 or whatever. Okay, now, when you're ready, bring your feet on top and cross one shin over the other, calf over shin. Crisscross as if you're sitting cross-legged. So try to not just flop out at the ankles. Try to go a little further. Now, for some of you, if your hips are tight, it might start to pull your hips up. So move the bolster or yourself so your hips stay. See how my hips are down on the mat. And I can actually get a little closer today. Gently flex the feet. You want to feel like your feet are trying to slide under the opposite knee. Now, I know some of you have hip issues, knee issues. So before you start putting things underneath your knees or hips, just wait a few breaths, okay? Wait. Try and relax. Exhale. So don't assume you need a certain amount of support until you actually need it. Otherwise, you're kind of not allowing for any shift or change for today. Okay, so I'm fine, but now after a few breaths, if you feel you're getting some kind of twinge somewhere, use a blanket or a block and slide it underneath your hip or the thigh or the knee. Okay? your 5+ breaths on this side, maybe a little more than 5, at least a long minute. If you feel you need longer, just do that, but be consistent. And when you're done with that side, whatever side you did, whichever shin's on top, just alternate and back you go. Okay. And again, wait before you assume you need to put support. Just wait. Again, try and slide your feet under the opposite knee, leg, without your hips lifting up. Okay. Again, 5+ breaths. Do whatever you did on the other side. Okay. So this, of course, is like when we sit cross-legged, which can be pretty challenging. But when we do these things passively, we can be a lot more open because we're relaxed, not stressing. After your 5, or whatever you did on the other, bring the knees together. And once again, make some rocking movements, some circular movements. Breathe. Breathe. And we're going to, once more, stretch out the left, hold the right knee, flex the left foot, flex the right. This time, let your right knee come just a few inches over to the right. Just a little more to the right. Just a little, maybe 2 or 3 inches. Don't roll to the right. Just a little bit more. You get a little different stretch in the hips. Breathe into it. So you're kind of supporting gravity. You're in gravity, but you're also supporting. After your 5, you're going to bring your left foot onto the bolster. And we're going to cross over just above the ankle if possible into a passive leg cradle. So once again, your hips need to stay neutral. If you can get a little bit above the ankle bone, do that. You may need to, I'm going to push my bolster away a little. I'm a little tight, so I'm just going to let that and keep my hands off. Keep your hands off. We're doing the passive. Passive means no hands. So when we use hands and stuff, then we're doing something a little different. This way, I want the pose to unfold for you, not for you to try and direct it. That's your ego. Okay, so just let go. Breathe into it at least a minute. 5 breaths, 5 long, deep breaths are your minute. If you can't remember how many breaths you do in a minute, when we're finished, do that for yourself. And let that be sort of your pace. Okay? And when you're finished with that side, uncross. Stretch your right leg forward. Exhale your left knee in. Let your left knee just go a little to the left side, a few inches to the left. So we're sending different messages to the hip socket, all the musculature, ligaments, tendons. In your minute, 5 breaths. And then you're done. Bring the right foot onto the bolster. Guide your left across. Now I'm really a little tighter on this side again. So I'm going to push the bolster forward just a little. And your minute or 5 breaths, okay? The idea of counting the breaths is consistency. It's a rhythm and a pace, and that sends messages to your nervous system. And we want to strengthen the nervous system. When you're done, uncross. And we're going to do butterfly. We're going to bring the bolster a little closer. So now we bring the soles of feet together like a prayer position and let the knees relax apart. Pelvis is grounded. So when the feet touch, you want to think of a three-legged stool, 3 points touching. Okay, the heel, and then the pads of the big toe and the baby toe. Those 3 points. If they're touching, then it protects your knees. Your toes don't need to touch, they can relax. But you want to protect your knees in these poses. If your feet flop apart, you might be overstretching. And we don't want to do anything over anything or under any over stretching when it comes to the knees or anything, but the knees are particularly sensitive. Okay, so let's hold this a little longer, maybe a minute and a half, eight breaths. So I'm feeling a nice gentle stretch on the inner edge. Okay, I'm feeling it, but it's not painful. It's just a nice stretch. After you've done your minute and a half or so, just bring the knees together. Remove the bolster. Push it to one side or forward. We'll use it later. And just, do it, the impulse, something nice for yourself. Okay? So we do another hip opener, and then we'll use the strap. Okay? So stretch your left leg straight ahead, like you're standing. And then you're going to do a reclining tree pose or passive. So your right foot then comes to the inside edge somewhere of your left leg. It creates a little bit of a prayer there. So if you were standing, you would be in a tree pose. Now, if you're tight in the hips, it may have pulled you to the right a little. Just feel yourself come back to center and wait before you put support under the right leg. Once again, don't assume you need support. Wait. At least 2 or 3 nice deep breaths. Now relax into it. A response from the body isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes we feel the pose a little more than the other. It's when it's pain. It's when it's pain that we don't want that. That's a different sensation than stretching. But if you're always supporting and you're not allowing yourself to explore maybe a little deeper, you're limiting yourself. So I'm going to go with a few more breaths here. When you're ready, maybe 8 breaths or a minute and a half. Lift the knee back to center. Then alternate. Goes nice and slow. Breathe. Stretch the right leg. Feel that energy from the crown to the heel. Left foot sits lightly on the inner edge. So maybe this side has a different sense to it today. That's okay. So I want to make sure the opposite side is trying to stay connected to the mat. Okay. Again, about a minute and a half or 8 nice deep breaths. The straight leg is active. It doesn't flop around. If you were standing, it would be very active. Take your time. When you're done, then bring the left knee up and the right. If you need to do a little fun rolls, rock from side to side, do that. And then we're going to find our strap. Okay, if you're still doing the tree, just continue. You can catch up. I'll give you time. Okay, strap. And it should be a firm strap, not a stretchy strap. Sorry. Okay, now, oh, look who's here. Okay. So bring the knees in. Slide the strap around the pads of the feet, not the arches, the insteps, okay? Do a dog tilt. So tilt your tailbone forward. Notice what that does. See, watch. See this? No. See this? Yes. Okay? Because if I start here and start going, I'm already overstretching my lumbar, low back. And the idea is a little nap here. The idea is to not overstretch. So hold the strap gently between your thumb and index finger. Drop your elbows to the floor, shoulders to the mat rather. Knees in but dog tilt. Okay? As I inhale, as you inhale, slowly start to stretch your heels up toward the ceiling. Let the strap slide between fingers. At some point, your body will say, okay, that's it. Some of you will be here if you're tight in the hamstrings or the calves or even your feet or your low back. That's okay. Just keep the knees coming in. Don't force it. No white knuckles. Very gentle, assisted guide. So I'm going to get to about here. And I'm just going to wait and breathe and see. Notice where I'm getting or feel a little pushback. The calves are a little tight. Me too. Maybe there's a little more. Spread your toes apart. Try not to hold on with your toes. I used to really hold on with my toes. Yeah. So now we're going to do one cycle with the strap. We're going to slide the left foot out. Straighten both legs. Exhale as you slowly stretch your left leg forward and down to the mat. Keep the right leg up, up, up. See how slow? Exhale. That protects my low back. That's core. Once I'm here, my left leg is nice and active. Take both ends of the strap into your left hand. Right arm to the side, palm down. And as you take a nice deep breath, exhale, start to bring the leg over and across. Bring your left elbow to the mat, floor. Your body will stop you. I'm stopping here. I'm starting to feel it. My body says, that's fine for now. Breathe. So I'm not trying to do anything. I'm letting the pose do, but I am guiding. I'm paying attention and being vigilant. At least 8 breaths. I would say even more. Maybe 12 or a minute and a half. And this is great to do on your own. Everything we've done till now is going to be maybe, how long? Half an hour. Okay? And you can't tell me you can't carve out half an hour. Several days a week. So maybe do the hip routine 3 days, and then do on Tuesday we focused on shoulders the first half hour. Do that the other 2 days or 3 days. Just set a little goal for yourself. Okay, I'm going to use an inhale to come up. I'm going to separate the ends of the strap. I'm going to wait. You can still feel my body, my leg, my hips responding. And then let's inhale up, slide the feet next to one another, and wait. We're ready. Slide the right foot out. Exhale. Keep the left leg engaged. Exhale down. Wait. Okay, so let's take the straps, both ends in the right, stretch your left arm out to the side. Your left shoulder doesn't lift. And as you exhale, this leg over, elbow down, shoulders down, you'll suspend. So there's a tautness, but you're not white knuckling. You want to be very careful with how you hold the strap so you're not stressing out your wrist. Okay, keep the left shoulder firm on your mat. The straight leg can turn onto the baby toe edge, but your upper body's turning away from your left leg. Okay. So here I'm feeling it more right up into the hip. That's okay. I'm just going to breathe into it. Doesn't hurt. It's just a deep stretch. And then it's going a little deeper on its own with the breath. If I didn't have a strap, I'd roll onto my side, and that wouldn't do me any good. Okay, when you're done, take your time. I'm going to allow some time. You'll inhale up. Don't hurry. Wait. I'll meet you here. Okay. Check your dog tilt. Notice how it feels. Okay, let's remove the strap. So it's like half an hour, wide open hips. When you're ready, I'll meet you in seated. So those passive hip openers and the passive shoulder opening that we do can all be modified for you. So if you have particular issues, okay, I know some of you do. Some of you have rotator cuff things, you have things that are frozen, you have things that are herniated, you have things that are compressed and so forth. But everything can be modified, okay? And I learned a lot of it from my teacher, who basically called what we teach therapeutic yoga. There's a whole nother practice and curriculum for therapeutic yoga, which gets more specific, but for most of this, we can modify and be safe. It's very important, okay? So I'm going to use a blanket to elevate my hips. You can use a blankets, bolster, and as you come into a neutral pelvis, notice how your hips feel. A little more open, perhaps. I hope so. And just kind of test out your alignment. And maybe a couple of shoulder rolls and let your hands rest lightly. And then go ahead and close the eyes, maybe for a minute or two. Just get centered now in a seated position. Okay? You're lying prone and when seated. And again, remember the knees need to align lower than the waist. Okay? So keep propping yourself up until they do. And if your knees are floating out there, if they're doing something like this, you do need to put something under them. I'm going to show some of you. Those of you who are fine, go ahead. This is something else you can do with that extra blanket or towels. You open up your blanket. You make a long roll like this, and you slide it. See how I'm slipping it under my knees? It's wonderful. It gives a nice support. It's a soft support. So my knees aren't quite ready to touch, and that's fine. But this is a really nice support. Maybe some days you're just stiff and you need that. Okay? So there's always ways to modify. Okay? Let's take a minute. Close your eyes and just find your way inward. Let any tenseness, tightness, relax, recede. Maybe it's at the base of the ears. Maybe it's the teeth. Maybe it's the brow line. Maybe it's the eyes. Just notice and see if you can just let that go. And bringing hands. So we have another prayer position. This is Anjali Mudra. And let's bow the head, sending love, light, and healing to heart center, your own, your loved ones, and everyone, everywhere. Okay. So before we do hands and knees, we're going to do one more thing. So I want you to stretch your left leg straight ahead. It's like the tree position for your right foot sitting on the inside edge of your left leg. The left leg is very active, so put your right foot wherever it's possible to relax into it. And we're going to do a seated twist here. So we're going to inhale. Remember on a twist, you turn in a little spiral movement upwards. So we're going to inhale. As you exhale, you kind of lift and start to turn. You're going to start to turn toward your left. Your left hand supports you. You can use a block or a bird hand. Your right hand might come across, but don't go as far as you can on the first or second breath. I want you to take at least 3, 4, 5 breaths to go into a nice deep twist. So you're twisting away from your right knee. Wait on the inhale and exhale. Move only on exhales. Wait. And at some point, you'll feel your body say, okay, that's as far as I'm going. You don't want to wind up so tight you can't breathe, okay? This is really great for these organs and so forth, but not if you go too tight. And once you've kind of gone as far as you are going to go with your torso, you can just gently turn from the chin. And eyes open and closed, just start to look over your shoulder, and then let the eyes go to the corners of the socket. Once you get to the full pose, take 5 more nice deep breaths, okay? You might go a little deeper, but you might not. It's all good. After your 5, just inhale back to center. I'll wait for you. And we're going to change sides, okay? Bring the right knee up, stretch it forward, bend the left knee, left foot to the inside edge of the right leg, which is straight ahead. So you can see. Okay. And again, take at least 3, 4, 5 breaths to start to twist to your right. So as you inhale, you kind of lift and exhale. And how are you doing? And when you kind of hit the edge, you'll know, your body will tell you, just start to look over the shoulder. Nice full breaths. Steady gaze. Don't curl or roll the shoulders. Stay open. And I'll meet you back at center. Take your time. And this is staff pose. Okay, this is neutral. So when we've done these things with the knees bent and stuff, this is a way to neutralize the knees. Okay, and you want an even stretch through the inner ankle and the outer ankle. We tend to kind of roll out because that's how we walk. But I really want you to feel like it's coming all the way from the inside, all the way through the inner knee, inner ankle, big toe edge of the feet. Okay, so whatever instruction you need to give to your feet and legs, there's a lot of ways to come at this. You can think of the big toe edge going forward and the baby toe edge coming back. Or you can think both of them coming back, but you want to look and see an even stretch. And I don't care if you have bunions, calluses, pronated, not pronated, it doesn't matter. When you flex the feet, this is great for the Achilles tendon, this is great for the soles of the feet and the toes, and all these little muscles and bones because they're so important. So sit really tall, your hands by your sides, stretch your fingers apart, and reach your heels down toward the earth. Stretch your heels of your feet forward. This is neutral. Okay, it's like if you're standing, mountain pose is neutral. Seated, this is the beginning of all the seated poses, is Dandasana or staff pose. Okay, now hands and knees. Let's begin. Okay, remember if you're on a hardwood floor, I suggest a blanket under your knees, on top of your mat. It's up to you. And if you would please have a block. And if you don't have a block, I'm out of the big blocks. I have some of the narrow blocks left. You can use 2 of them, but you should have a real block. Okay? I'm going to come forward a little. Okay, hands and knees. Let's do our hip and rib rolls. Oh, yeah. Oh, we've done all that opening and stretching and breathing. Now we just get to really enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, so good. Just go to your own rhythm. Remember to alternate the hands. Bird hands aren't claws. Okay, they're like little gentle bird, the little feet gently touching. Okay. And then the elephant hand is very firm, fingers spread apart. But remember, you want pressure on this inner edge and this padding, not the heel. Okay? So you move, breathe. I assume you're still doing this. There's no sequence, there's no real rules except to move the hands in both directions. This is so beneficial for your immune system. Yes. Yes. Breathe. Eyes open to close. Your wrists are a little achy today. Just make little fists, squeeze, make circles. And then we're going to go into cat dog. Okay? When you're ready, just let it be an organic. But the breath is consistent. We transition with the breath and then we stay with that rhythm of your breath. I'm going to turn my toes under on the dog. Help open my shoulders and neck a little more. Really go to the edges of your breath. Feel yourself open, expand, lengthen. few more. There's no limit on this. And this is something you should do every day. Ooh, those should words, huh? There's an expression, don't should on me. This is something that you would want to do every day. And again, and when you're ready, just take a little child's pose or any version. So, you know, some of you I know have knee things. You can throw a blanket behind you and kind of sit back a little on your forearms or your arms by your side. This cools you down. If you feel you're overheated, like when we'll do some standing and stuff, and if you feel like you're getting too warm or a little off, take a little child's pose, okay? And if I remember, we'll do a child's pose with a bolster as well, a supported child's pose, which is wonderful, okay? So then we're going to come back. Downward dog. So take a nice full inhale. When you're ready, your hands a little forward. Use your exhale. Feel your navel cord. Lift you up into a down dog. Oh, yeah. Breathe. Lift up. Don't dump into the low back. Lift up away from the heel of the hand. Feel your fingerprints. Spread your fingers apart. And then gentle, almost like little pistons, like you're gently pedaling in place. Ooh, I got a little crack. Something popped. That's good. So we call it walking the dog, bicycling the legs, but you're going slow and deep. Slow and feel. Notice where you're feeling. Feel my calves a little bit. Let the toes relax. If you're okay with shoulders and wrists today, we'll do some planks. So we'll inhale and then your exhale. Feel the shift in energy. So you bring the heels up and it sends you forward on an inhale, but keep the legs extending back. Look out. Don't let your head drop. And as you exhale, lift the hips way up to the sky. Slowly stretch your heels to the back edge of the mat. Just do a few if you can hinge back and forth, and then if you can hold on a plank. This is up to you. Even if you can hold for one breath, 2 breaths, okay? And this is how you can monitor your own growth. Some days we feel a little more engaged and energized than others. But push the floor away. Feel your shins lift, feel your quads lift, feel your navel lift. 3. Good. Count, breathe. 5. When you're ready, let's meet back in down dog. Up we go. And let's hold down dog. Remember, at any point you can lower the knees, rest, take a breath or 2, and then come back. It's always your practice. So I'm going to step forward on the right. So I'm going to shorten my stance a little. I'm going to keep my hips high. When you step forward, step straight ahead. Look where you want your foot. You want your foot to end up between your thumbs. So head in that direction. Okay? I didn't make it all the way, so I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it a little heave-ho. So if you have 2 blocks, you can use blocks under your hands. You can use bird hands, knuckles, fists. Some of you might have elephant hands, although that's a little more advanced. I'm going to use my knuckles today. Again, if you have 2 blocks, you can use blocks. Don't push forward. Come back away from the knee. It should not pass the heel. But we're going to take it another step further. I'm going to use the block. I'm going to place it under my left hand. Which edge you use of the block depends on your anatomy, okay? And your level of sort of flexibility at this point. I'm going to go with this edge. But you can go like this or even the top edge. Okay? My shoulder is over my wrist. And I'm going to use my right arm to open up just shoulder height. So I'm turning away from you on this one. And I'm looking toward my thumb. Do nothing on your inhale. And just like the other twists we've done, just take a short little tip on the exhale. Wait and exhale. Wait and exhale. You'll find you'll hit your edge. Reach up through the right fingerprints. Breathe. 3 to 5 nice deep breaths. And you'll use an exhale to come down. And then an exhale to go back into down dog. Up, lift that leg up and back. Reset, down dog. If it's there for you, a plank and a down dog. So now we're going to do this on the other side. So maybe shorten your stance a little, keep your hips high. Send your gaze where you want your left foot to end up. Okay? And begin. Okay? So I'm tighter. There I go. Just give it a little push. I'm going to do little bird hands. Use blocks if you have them. Bird hands, knuckles, fists. Now I'm going to place the block under my right hand. You really need blocks for this. Okay? Your inhale is slowly open up to the left. Wait. Inhale, do nothing. Exhale, just a little. Exhale. Slow. Little movements, deep. Go deep. You should be able to see your left thumb with your gaze, even in your peripheral vision. 3 to 5 nice deep breaths. So you're turning toward your left knee. Keep the right leg nice and strong. Twist within a lunge. When you've completed your exhale, you don't need the block. When you're ready, let's step forward. Okay. And once you have your footing, big inhale, go, and hands to the heart. How are you doing? Okay, so see how gentle that was? Well, look how great you feel now. I feel great. You know, I'm just not getting good sleep. The heat really bothers me, and I wake up and I can't sleep, or my bladder wakes me up and I can't sleep. So, I think, oh God, do I have the energy to go take my walk or do my yoga? And then I start and I feel so much better. I hope you do too. So I want you to just have sun salutes. Okay, I'm going to get set up so you don't just so we aren't cutting my head off. And go ahead and do your half sun salutes. I know that most of you know it. And I'm going to do some too because I love it. Okay. Get your hair, get all your clothing. If you have clothing that's constantly bugging you, get something else. That becomes a fidgety habit. So does hair. Okay, I know for guys it's not an issue, but the whole ponytail thing can be an issue for us ladies. So get stuff so that you aren't fidgeting and being distracted. Okay. Hi Janice. Hi Bob. Okay, whoever else is watching or watching later. So have sun salutes, you guys. Okay. Okay, so just remember half Ardha Surya Namaskar, half sun salute. Okay, so I'm going to do mine up here, and because we will be doing a sun salute. or 2 or 3? 4? What do you think? We'll see. You know, go ahead and do on your own, but the other thing to remember is you might start with some of the, gentle restorative things that we do, hip openers, and then you might just see what unfolds for you. Allow maybe an hour. And after the first half hour, see what you feel like doing. If you want a half hour Shavasana, that's okay. Okay? Maybe you'll feel like doing some half sun salutes or sun salutes. Just trying to get set up here. I'm not happy with that. There. Okay, I think this will work. Okay. So it's wonderful, wide open. We lift to the light. And then we fold onto ourself. And we meet ourself. And we just open. And then we close. And then we rise again. We are that connection between the light, the earth, and the sun. So we just fold, and our whole back, we're protecting, we're turning in, and then open a little, and we touch, and then up we come, and bring that light to our heart. Continue. So the rhythm, the flow should be consistent. And as your breath and movement are consistent, your mind is also steady and connected to what you're doing. You're not somewhere else thinking about whatever. We tend to go off on these little tangents. The idea is to not be distracted. To be focused and present. Your practice, your experience. Let's do a few more. Can you hear your breath guiding you? We'll talk about that throat sounding breath again. That ujjayi breath. Ujjayi, what a great word in Sanskrit. Your gaze gently follows your hands. Okay, so let's gently go into full sun salutes. Okay, I'm going to let you do a round on each side. One on the right and one on the left at your own pace, but the breathing should be the same throughout, okay? And you're all warmed up. We've got everything all nice and warmed up. But again, if it's warm or your energy's low, just go at a nice rhythm. Know that your heart, your lungs, your organs, muscles, tissues, bones are all loving this. So it's just like the half. And then we continue. Consistent movement, your rhythm, go into the details, pay attention to your own body. It's your practice. If you skip or I don't know what, you're only hurting yourself, no one else, okay? And it's all for you. This is your practice, your body, your life. So what you do or don't do is your own. And now, if you've already finished, because I've been yakking, I want you to do another round. Oh, yes, right and left. Notice the difference, maybe in the second round. It really doesn't take very long to do a whole cycle. It's less than, I think, a minute or so. Even at a nice slow pace. So I'm going to do another on each side. That's 2 for me, but I want you to do at least 2. How about 3? Are you up for 3 today? Maybe, maybe not. Okay? Maybe try. See how you do. I bet you can. I know most of you who are out there. And then, and you know who you are, I'm going to challenge you to do that every day. Do 15 to 20 minutes of stretching, breathing, passive, using the strap, using blocks, using the bolsters, whatever feels focused, what you need to focus on. Maybe some half sun salutes, and then just go into a sun salute on each side. And then another, and another. And just stay with that maybe for several weeks. And then at some point, you'll just say, you know, I can do another round. Okay? And you will. So don't feel like you have to set these hard, fast goals. Let the goal be fluid and organic for you. The real goal is just to do something every day. That's the goal, even if it's just half an hour. Whatever it is. Even if you just sit and breathe and be with your breath for half an hour. Okay, so that's my 2 on each side. How are you doing? Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to do a standing pose sequence. I love doing the same poses, but I like to mix up when the sequence a little. Yeah, okay. So let's begin in mountain pose. So I'm facing you. So we're going to hold each full pose for 5 breaths or your minute. So I'll cue you, okay? But if you're still in a minute or you're doing longer, don't rush. Don't ever abbreviate anything just because I'm in a slightly different place. I want you to be in your own practice. So just remember, when you take that leg length stance, look straight ahead or higher. You can check after, well, what do you know? My feet, my body knew what to do. Then we're going to pivot to your right for triangle, okay? So it's just a 45-degree turn, pivot on the heels, and let yourself really luxuriate in this, coming into this lovely pose. And once you're in the full pose, feel yourself go deeper with the breath. It's a twist within the standing pose, okay? Turning from the spine, not the shoulders. You know who you are, Janice. Turn from your heart, your sternum. Inhale, wait. Turn on the exhale. I hit my edge right there, so that's it. I'm going to turn. You kind of see my left thumb, but that's it. It's okay. So your 5 breaths or minute. Whenever you complete, we're going to pivot to the left. And we're going to do triangle on the left side, okay? So take your time, extend, breathe. If you're still on the other side, no worries, take your time, never rush. Turn on the exhales. If you're tight or you're feeling your shoulders bugging you, put your hand on your hip, turning, always on the exhale. And then you might feel like the arm can extend, or maybe not. Your 5 breaths or a minute once you're here. Go deep into your own pose. What are you feeling? Okay. We have to honor our limits, but there are edges just for today. Okay, they're temporary. And we can honor and meet them, and then eventually maybe they'll grow into a new new quote-unquote limitation. Okay, after you've done that side, you're going to pivot Again, 1 foot at a time to the right. And we're going to do warrior 2 on the right. So my stance is a little longer. Pelvis in neutral. Remember, we don't dip or push. We lift that torso and just gently bend the knee. Let your arms stretch apart. And my gaze is into the horizon. Steady gaze. Past my right middle finger. That steady gaze or concentration point is called a drishti. Don't sink into the back hip or leg. Lift. Be buoyant. Your strength is from your center, not your edges. And after 5, whatever that is, or a minute for you, go ahead and pivot to the left. Take your time. If your arms get a little tired, put your hands on your hips. Once you're in your full Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 on the left side, your 5 breaths or a minute. You're sending a wonderful message to your body of consistency, and it's learning from that. It's like training. And your nervous system learns from that too. And after the 5, whenever that is for you or your minute, we're going to pivot. I'm going to put my hands on my hips, back to the right. Another warrior 2, but not for a minute, just for a few breaths before we go into side angle pose. So there, we reach and connect. Again, you turn from your center, your belly button, your sternum, your spine, not your shoulders. Don't pull that shoulder back. If you tend to do that, leave your arm along your side seam or on your hip, but don't pull the elbow back. And if you bring it up, then the arm slides alongside the ear. Once you get there, your minute or 5 breaths. Don't push into the right leg. Stay strong in the back leg. When you're complete, when you come up, come back up. Use the quads. This is really good for your knees. And pivot to the other side. Go through the whole sequence on your own. Pay attention to the details. Where is your energy? Are you pushing forward? Where are you turning from? Go slow and deep. There. You know how long to stay. I'll meet you back in mountain pose. Take your time, please, wherever you are. If you're already done, just come to mountain pose. Breathe into the soles of your feet. Feel the circumference of your feet, or your toes, your heels. Your unique footprint, just like snowflakes. Notice if you tend to tilt forward or back, side to side, come into your center, place of greatest strength. Okay? So now I would like you on your own to do tree pose today. Let me check. Oh, perfect. Okay, especially tree pose today because we did so much hip opening. And tree pose, we did a reclining tree. Now you're going to be an active tree. But if your balance is, sometimes our balance just isn't quite, it didn't show up. You can use a chair or a wall or a counter as a little touchstone, okay? So I would use this wall, for example. So say I'm doing tree and I'm not feeling, I would get close enough to the wall If I feel like I'm going to tip, I would use the wall or lean my knee to the wall. You want your hips to stay level. Remember your foot, when you come into the pose, you're starting mountain. Lift your right knee forward, turn the leg out, just like when we're lying down. And then either rest your heel against your ankle, so your toes are touching for balance, or your foot can create a prayer on your calf or your thigh, but above or below the knee, not on the knee, ever. Okay, not this, no. Above or below. Above is a little more advanced, so your hips have to be fairly open, but I know some of you are there, and you'll get there maybe. But whatever you do, it doesn't mean you're doing better just because your foot's above the knee. It's just different anatomy, different levels of flexibility and so forth. What's important is that you do it. Okay, so, and start with the knee forward, turn like we did, bring the foot, I'll do my calf. Remember, it's a prayer. Hold each part of the sequence for 5 to 8 breaths, okay? You all know the rest. Right side, wait, and then left side, okay? I'm going to leave you for a few minutes to do tree pose on both sides on your own. I'll be back. Think of your favorite beautiful tree. How are you doing? How was your balance today? By the way, there's no good or bad. There's no better or worse. It just is what it is. And part of our practice is just letting it be what it is for that day. Okay? So now I'm going to bring you down to the floor and we'll kind of get ready to do a supported bridge. Okay? So you might want to have your block ready, and then we'll do a little twist and finish. I do want to show you a supported child's pose before I do that. So let's begin remember, you just don't drop yourself onto the floor. That's how you can hurt yourself. So let's just take a nice deep breath, and over we come into another, one more forward bend. And just step back on either side. And then the other side. And then I just want you to lower your knees. I'm going to show you a supported child's pose. And it's really nice with a bolster. Really nice with a bolster. And you can even use another blanket. And I'm going to show you what to do if you have funky knees. Okay? So we touch the feet. We bring the bolster up against the inner thighs. You don't need to do this. I just want to show you. And if you have funky knees, put a blanket. And then you can lie down onto the bolster and rest. Oh my God, this is so great. You can take Shavasana like this later if you like. It's wonderful. Oh, okay. Very relaxing. Okay, that's a supported child's pose, but we're not done yet. Come onto your back. I want to do, yeah, we have time. We'll do a supported bridge. After we get back, remember, exhale as you lie back. Okay, give yourself, thank yourself, thank your body, thank you for all the wonderful things you do for me that I don't even think about it. Just knowing that you're supporting a really healthy, vibrant you. And lowering the feet, I saw you do a supported bridge. Just slide the block under your sacrum. Sacrum. Okay, the sacrum is that heart or triangular piece that sits in the pelvis, and it's above the tailbone, below the waist. So it's not the low back, it's not the lumbar, it's the pelvis. So here's my lumbar. Okay, and I just want you to stay here. If you feel like doing a variation from this, I'm going to give you 2 minutes or 3. What do you think? 3 minutes? Just do whatever feels good for you. Maybe this is it. Maybe you feel like stretching out a leg or both legs. Maybe you feel eventually like bringing your legs up and like legs up the wall. You have 3. I'm going to cue you after 3 minutes. And you just enjoy any version of supported bridge, okay, that you like. It's important to do a little back bending as well as forward bending, okay? The spine needs to do both. It needs to bend always. Okay? So we've got about another couple of minutes to enjoy. So if you're stretching one leg out and the other, you've got about another minute and a half. Of course, you can go longer. You don't have to answer to me. But I encourage you to do this on your own as well. It's very relaxing. So let me just do a little bit of this. Okay. Stay focused on the breath. Isn't that wonderful? It's like you find this sweet spot with that block. And a block really works the best. I encourage you to have one. Like I said, I do have some of the little narrower blocks available. Okay. Another minute. So I just want to remind you how to come out of bridge. Take your time. Because after this, you're going to come down and do your favorite twist. Both sides. 8 to 12 breaths on each, or a couple of minutes on each side. But remember, when you release from bridge, and if you feel like it, do a full bridge. Lift up. Feel your knees dig into your heels. Shoulders melt. Don't turn your head, and you can just slide your block out of the way. And then lengthen. I'm cat tilt, lengthening my spine till I come onto the mat. And then, of course, do some nice little massaging. Say thank you. I feel feels so good. And then a twist. Okay, a final twist. You do a lot of twists today, but that's okay. And about, let's do 8 breaths on each side. Okay, 8 breaths, or at least a minute and a half on each side. If you need longer, take longer. It's up to you. And on your own, you should be doing a little twist every day. You can do reclining. You can do sit in a chair where if you're sitting at your desk or wherever on your laptop, every once in a while, just kind of move and move. Okay. So now you are doing your twist. And if you love doing the same one, maybe do a different one. And after the twist, Shavasana. So I'll be back in about 5 or so minutes, okay? I know it's a short Shavasana, but when I take you out of Shavasana, you don't have to come out. You can stay there. You can take a nap. You can just lay there. I would. If I could. Now I'll just continue with what I normally do at the end of a session. Okay, so you're doing your twist and then your Shavasana, and I'll be back. Maybe you've drifted off. That's okay. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to be able to totally relax. Easier said than done. So if you're so inclined to start to transition back, do it gently and slowly, please. Be kind to your nervous system. Okay, and just start breathing out and feeling that the fingers, the toes. Taking deep breaths. Just feel that the breath of life, the prana, the life force, the gift. And if you're ready, you can stay there or turn onto your side with your knees bent. You can use your blanket or arms for a pillow, eyes remaining closed. And again, I'm going to share Fez. So I will publish, I promise, probably today or tomorrow, the 2 poems from this week. The one was Tuesday was about the violin. This one I've never read before to you. It's a little longer, so enjoy. It's called The Mountain Got Tired of Sitting. The sun won a beauty contest and became a jewel set upon God's right hand. The earth agreed to be a toe ring on the beloved's foot and has never regretted its decision. The mountains got tired of sitting amongst a sleeping audience and are now stretching their arms toward the roof. The clouds gave my soul an idea, so I pawned my gills and rose like a winged diamond. Ever trying to be near, more love like you. The mountain got tired of sitting amongst a snoring crowd inside of me and rose like a ripe sun into my eye. My soul gave my heart a brilliant idea, so Hafez is rising like a winged diamond. I really encourage you to read his poetry. It's so beautiful, and I love sharing it with you. I hope you enjoy it too. And you can stay where you are or gently come join me in a seated position, and we'll recite virtually together the Namaste invocation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste, yoginis and yogis. Blessings, Om Shanti. Peace to you. And I'm going to choose cards for you today, okay? An angel card and a heart card. So let's see what's our messages today. Here's the angel card. Flexibility. Well, that's not rigged either. I picked that at random. Flexibility, and that certainly speaks to a lot of aspects of our life, doesn't it? And here's the heart card. Yes, you are. You are a beautiful soul. Ooh, love you. Thank you. And I'll look forward to hearing how you did in your sun salutes and whatever you did. And I'll see you next week. Be well. Take care. Blessings.